We all know how serious and dreadful the current situation in Myanmar is. For those of us outside the country, it can be difficult to know how to help. Of course, there are significant ongoing needs across all segments of Burmese society. For those who are able to give financially, any donations given to our nonprofit mission, Better Burma, will immediately be put towards helping those being impacted by the coup. Just go to insightmyanmar.org/donation to contribute today, or stay tuned to the end of the episode to hear more options. Thank you for your consideration. And now, let's get into the interview that follows. Nyo Mar, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Insight Myanmar podcast.
Thank you. And also, I'm happy to be here as well. Actually, I was born in really the minorities of religious Muslim communities in Myanmar. And also, I was born in a really remote area. And also, my parents, my dad, he is a government health supervisor. And also, my mom, she's a business owner. And I have I got the master degree, and also now I'm studying at the Chima University, gender and sexuality PhD program in there. Yeah. Actually, my grandparents from my mom's side, they are from India. I think that I had from my mom. She explained about that. At the time during the colonize, so my grandparents came Myanmar, and also from my father's side, also my grandfather also from the outside of Myanmar, and also he got married with the Buddhist woman in Myanmar, and then this is the backgrounds of my minority religious communities. But in Myanmar, I am the second generation of India. Let me say, I am the second generation of India.
Mm-hmm. In an essay that you shared with me before this interview, you referenced the discrimination that your father underwent and how humiliating and angry that made you. Can you talk about your father's experience and what you saw from a young age that he had to go through?
Yeah, when I was in my childhood life, when my dad, he came from the government office, he really angry that at the time I told my dad what happened, and he told me because of his working members, they call him Gala. It is mean the really bad name and really hate name. So that's why my dad, he really angry about that. And also at the same time, I'm also really angry and why they call my dad Gala, like this kind of bad words. I thought that at the time when I was in childhood, like why they discriminate, this is the discrimination word. Why they call us there were different religions, why they call us as a Kala, or Kalam is the Dali, the woman called Kalama. So why they call me like this, I really wanted to know Yeah, at the time.
So this is a derogatory word that is that is in a vulgar way indicating that you don't belong here, that you're not welcome. There's a connotation of the term stemming from this, and as you heard this word, is this something that you heard only select times in your life, and that came with a kind of shock, or was it something that you came to be accustomed to hear more often?
Yeah, it's really hard to hard to say in my mind, because of we got already trauma when I was in childhood life, and also when I during the after the 88 revolutions. At the time, I'm the high school students. So in our school, they want to do the citizenship at our school. So I applied the citizenship in my school, but the officer, he shouted at me, "You are the misblood person. You cannot apply. Your citizenship in here. You have to go to the township immigration's office." He shouted at me in front of my friends. So at the time, I feel really angry, and also I feel really I don't want to go. The next day, I don't want to go to university, my high school, because of he shouted in front of my friends. So I feel really shame, and also I cannot express this feeling until now. I can forget about this kind of situation in my mind.
So you're a high school student like any other, seemingly like any other. Myanmar is the only home you've ever known. It's the language that you speak and the country that you're in, that you plan to stay in. And as you're trying to get your citizenship card status, which is what anyone living in any country for any country they've ever known, what they would expect to be a registered citizen of the only country that you know, you're shouted upon by someone in a leadership position, someone that you expect to be looking out for you and caring for your development, that basically you don't belong here. Is that right?
Yeah, it's mean they call we are the misblood person. It mean that we came from the outside of Myanmar, like from the India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, or some other Muslim countries. They think like that. So at the time, I'm also wanted to explain them, because of I was born in here, why they don't want to access as a citizens to me. I just also want to explain them, but I didn't have chance to explain them, because of I was really shy, and yeah, so
you didn't have your voice at that time.
Yeah, I cannot.
Right. And so I think this also is relevant, because as we're looking at the future of what Myanmar is aspiring to become, which involves a federal democracy, this notion of pure blood, of people that belong and people that don't, even though everyone's living in the same country and has for generations, this idea that some people belong and some people don't, and some people are more pure. These are notions that you're describing in your experience have existed, and which really need to be overcome if we're looking at a country and a society that can be welcoming and tolerant and live in harmony and peace with different groups of different backgrounds, really.
Yeah, so that's why at the time I just thinking that why they discriminate us, and then they discriminate not only in the citizenship, because of when I was in the first year university student, we have also the religious conflict in our area, Taungu regions. So they have also the religious conflicts we face. At the time, most of the majorities of Buddhist religious leader, some of the people, they were the religious trust. And also they burned down our properties, they burned down our home, they destroyed our properties, and also they destroyed our masjid, and also they killed our people in front of us. So at the time, behind me, most of the majority Buddhist communities, they are just seeing like that. they just look at us, and some of them, I had about that, I never forgot this also as well. I had about some of the Buddhist community. They said that okay, these kinds of people, Muslim people, this is they have to be faced like this because of they came from the outside of the country, outside of the Myanmar. So why they don't go back their country, so they just discuss among them. So I had about that, so I know why they are also thinking like that. Actually, we are not really outside of Myanmar. We was born in here, Myanmar. So why they are thinking like that? I noticed when I was a little bit learning about the human rights, I learned about that it's because of the military government. They trying to spread the hate speech among the Buddhist majority religious. So this is, I had also about that when I was in the first year university student.
Were there periods of your life where you felt that the antagonism against you, the prejudice and discrimination against you, was growing or increasing based on military propaganda, or do you feel that it was pretty persistent and egregious your whole lifetime?
I just when I a little bit know more about the situations of Myanmar and also happening the Rohingya case, but before the Rohingya case, we already faced like this kind of situation. At the time, we don't recognize which this message is came from and what this hate speech is came from. But when we grew up and when I was in the university student, after the university student, I know about that this hate speech is came from the military side, and also in the military technical university also they teach how to discriminate especially the Muslim communities. They have already separate among the military. So this is also, I had one message from my friends. He is working at the military service at the time.
Right. And so you referenced being in Taungoo, your home, when these this religious violence breaks out. You referenced that there were that the majority Buddhist community, members of the majority and extreme Buddhist community were actually killing people, minorities, religious and ethnic minorities that were in Taungoo. Is this something you witnessed or that was near where you were living?
Yeah. It's after the town when the conflict happening in the town. After that, they moved to the other village. So I'm also because of at the time I am the government staff. So I moved to the downtown Taungoo, and then I came back from the Taungoo. And when I arrived my village, they also have the same problems. We don't know this message where it came from. At the time, we don't have any kind of communications, but at the evening we heard about that some of the men they came tonight. They will come tonight and also well banned in that village for those who are the Muslim homes. So I heard about that at the time. I know why this information came from. We don't know exactly, but the real time they came midnight at midnight, and also they trying to bend down the house, and also they destroying every kind of Muslim properties.
Well, it must have been really scary.
Yeah, we are really scared at the time. So we don't. If we go outside, we feel like we are not safe. If somebody kill on the road, nobody can supposed to, nobody will be taking care of us. So at the time, during that time, I am also working at the government office. Well, I'm really work hard at the government office, but the leader of he don't want to raise my position. He just want to raise his nephew's position. So that's why he just trying to kick off me. And then I'm also really surprised that at the time is the real situation why they are doing like this, and also they don't know why they are doing, because of they just want to discriminate us and they just want to exclude us.
So you have this violence and persecution that's heaped upon you in Taungoo, and then discrimination in the workplace and the school. Were you able to stay, or what did you do next?
After that conflict, my mom, she really worried to us because of we in our area, most of the majorities are the Buddhist. So my mom, she really worried about that. So she went to move to us Yangon. Luckily, in my final, I have chance to attend the master program at the Yangon University, Dagon University. So that's why I moved to the Yangon.
I see. And how were things in Yangon? Was it any better there?
Yangon, when I arrived the first time, Yangon is really nice. But the problem is when I studied my master degree in my university life also, I faced discriminations because of the first one after my dream is after my master program, I will be the university lecturer or something like that. This is my dream, but for my master final year, the university professor, she trying to she said that in front of my friend also the same. She said that you cannot proper answer my subject. She told me in front of my friend. So I immediately respond, no professor, I really could answer your subject because of I'm interested subject. So that's why I really could answer. So if if I will be wrong, just give me my answer sheet. I will check it and what happened me. So that's why she really angry me, and also finally she I can pass her subjects, and also I cannot continuously attempt the MRES. If I have a chance to attend the MRES, I will be the university lecturer. It will be better for me because of this is my dream. And also after my high school, after I finished my high school, I'm also applying the a school teacher. At that time, I'm also paid a lot of money. And also, but finally I didn't get the job offer because of when I look at that, most of the majorities, they got the job, but for me, I can't get the job. This is also, I recognize that as a Muslim communities in Myanmar, we face many, not only the citizenship, but also the other kind of like right to job. We cannot get job probably.
So it sounds like no matter how hard you're working, no matter what good of citizen you are, no matter what effort you're putting out, there are these roadblocks, some implicit and some that are overt, explicit discrimination and prejudice that are blocking the way of this progress.
Yeah, that's true. And also when I after I finished my master program. Then I'm trying to apply the NGO job is the Muslim organizations. They have they got a fund from the international, and also their program is the HIV/AIDS prevention for the youth Muslim communities. So at the time also when we look when in the ERE region, at the ERE region, we implement our program in that ERE regions. So the administration officer, they also trying to arrest to us because of why we are doing here to do the awareness raising or sharing the information about the HIV/AIDS through the communities. So at that time, I explained to them, this is our organizations. We have to focus on this young generations to stop to prevent the HIV/AIDS program. So this is not your job. He said like that, and also I'm really shocked when he told me like that. Yeah. After that, they asked me how we got the salary and who is our donor and who provide to us and they asked me a lot of questions in their administration office. It's evening 2 p.m. to until at the evening. We just stay in their office and they ask a lot question to us.
So the official was preventing you from doing your job of trying to support sexual education, HIV/AIDS prevention.
Yeah.
Right. And so then from this point, were you able to continue the program, or how was it able to go on?
Yeah, the program is really successful programs because of most of the village leaders. They also this education is needed for the future young generations. So at the time they supposed to us, but whatever we in and out, we have to submit the paper. The administration office. So sometime if we came this area and also follow behind we have one soldiers follow up every time, every day, and also day and night.
Soldiers are following.
Yeah, soldiers are following. So that's why I just called the administration officer when they are follow us, because of we are not doing the criminal case or we are not doing anything wrong. We just doing for the access education through the young generation. What happened with us, and also when you are doing like this, so they respond that this is our duties. So you have to follow the administration rules and regulations. He responded me like that.
What fears came up in you as you were trying to pursue these different life and professional goals, and how did you overcome these fears?
The most fear is because of my face is really look like Indian face. So sometimes at the time, during the times of 2005 to 2010, we have in Yangon and also other area, they have also the religious conflict happen at the time. So that's why my face is not like Indian face. So when I took a bus. On the bus, somebody, if they trying to kill me, I don't know how to prevent by myself. Sometimes we scare a lot, and if we move out, this is also I'm not wearing the hijab, but my face is look like Indian face. So that's why this is also one thing I'm really afraid when I used to took the bus.
So you're actually so afraid that your facial features look Indian rather than Bamar that you're literally afraid of getting murdered in public on a bus.
Yeah, that's true. If we have at that during that time we face a lot of some of the people they kill Muslim, but we don't have any kind of rules, law. We don't have law. So if they kill us, nobody can help.
Did you have any close encounters or scary moments?
Yeah, I'm really sometimes I'm really reflect the Myanmar situation, how the Muslim religious minority face human rights violations, such as kind of we don't have a right to citizenship, and also we don't have right to proper education as well. And for the education, I also want to share when in my project for the HIV project, I reached out one of the Muslim village. In that Muslim village, they have the primary school, and also at the primary school, most of the teachers are the Buddhist teacher. So sometimes some of the Buddhist teacher they treat as a Muslim shy. If you are the educated person, what can you do in the future? You cannot get the job. You cannot work at the government office, or you cannot get job at the majority companies, or why you are studying here. So the shine, their fathers and mothers, they told me about that, and also I feel a little bit why they just trying to do the education circumcision like that. Nowadays I noticed that this is the kind of education circumcision, because of I noticed that most of them the Muslim in the village level, they are uneducated. They just thinking that they want to find out the money and they want to be wealthy and wealthy. They don't need the education. So that's why in this kind of Spring Revolution, some of the village Muslim village, they cannot actively involve this revolution, because of they don't know exactly this is the breaking of their right, or they don't know exactly. They just find they just trying to wealthy. They don't really interest about the politics issues. So this is also, I found that because of this kind of education is trying to approach most of the Muslim community could not interest at the political issues.
It seems really sad, because you're describing sad for obvious reasons, but also sad because it's not just the disadvantaged Muslim communities that are missing out. It's not just these, which is obvious, but it's also the fact that you have a Bamar majority that if they had gone and included the Muslim population more within their societal structure, then they would have more allies. They would have more proficient allies, educated allies, that when the time comes to fight the common enemy of the Burmese military, you have a unified, trusting populace that is used to working together and with each other, and is able to come together to try to defeat the common enemy and then rebuild a society that's good for all. But it seems very sad that because much of the Muslim community was not included into Burmese society the way it could have been, that as you're describing now, post-coup, revolutionary period, resistance period, you're indicating that there are not great numbers in the Muslim contingent joining this revolution and resistance, because they never really felt included in the first place. They never really felt it was their fight.
Yeah, and also I just point out one thing. After during the times of the transition in Myanmar is 2005 to 2020. It's a little bit some of the Muslim young generation. They because of they got the they learn from the internet, and also they got the idea about, and also they takes the they taste not real democracy, they just taste the democracy. So that's why they open their minded, and also they are some of the Muslim youth, they actively participate at the Spring Revolution. But at the times, I had in my research, I had one of the political prisoner. She told me that before she left, the military leaders, he told her, you are a Muslim. This politic issue is not directly related with you as a Muslim communities, because of the NLD government administration time. Do you have a fully human rights? He asks her. And also after in this also revolution, also after the you win or not, you cannot get equal opportunity and equal chance to get your human rights, basic human rights. So at that time, she also feel like why this military leader, why he told her like this, but in front of him he just okay, I'm not participate any kind of politics issues. So she just signed in their paper. And also one of the men, also the most of the soldiers are kicked off him, and hey Kala, this is not your job. You are the Muslim. You don't need to involve in this political situation. You have to be out of mind. So they every day and night they trying to they kick off, and also they told him he also got trauma when I interview with them. Yeah.
I want to get later to some of the changes that have happened after the coup, but looking now at before the coup, which was really as it's obvious to say, a pivotal moment in recent Burmese history and changing the mindset of many, and seeing what happened after the coup and what the military really is, seeing its true nature. But before that, when you're describing the kind of constant discrimination and prejudice that you're facing as a Muslim through Burmese society, professionally, educationally, citizenship, otherwise, did you find some Bamar allies that understood what you're going through, that advocated for you, that supported you, that you felt some friendship or connection with? Were there some exceptions to these difficulties you were facing?
Yeah, some of the majorities of Burmese communities, they also sometimes they also supposed to but the problem is within the kind of the conflict situation, they cannot supposed to us. But I remember when the town conflict, we had about this tonight they will be bend down our home.
Yeah,
so
right.
at that time, my mom we sent my mom to save our friend's house, and also we just stay and wait in our home. So it means some of the Buddhist communities, they really support us, and also sometimes they show their empathy and also sympathy as well. But the main issues is because of this hate speech and this hatred is long time in their mind. For example, it's like I am not if I have a higher, if I got the higher position, they may not be accepted. If I have the low position compare with them, if I work the low position, they will be accepted. But the problem is I recognize that the problem is because of in their mind still fully accept to us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. It reminds me, as you're talking through all this, there's one figure that's coming in my mind who had a very fateful end, and I'm wondering what his perhaps cautionary tale may have represented to you in your community, and that's Ko Ni. Ko Ni was the advisor to Aung San Suu Kyi, very close, and while holding his grandson in the Yangon airport during the transition, I forget the exact year, 2015 or 16, it might have been, he was assassinated directly to the head in broad daylight and killed. I believe, if my memory serves me right, a taxi driver had seen what happened and tried to chase the assailant. The taxi driver was then also killed, and I don't think that any investigation beyond that was ever done. So this was disturbing, obviously, for the murder and the broad daylight assassination taking place. But it was complicated in the sense that it's very likely that those that were behind the assassination were somehow linked to the military, which one would not be surprised to think of all the terrible things the military's done over the years. But the complicated and disturbing part of this story was what the NLD and Aung San Suu Kyi did, or rather did not do, after this assassination took place. I believe that Aung San Suu Kyi didn't attend the funeral. There wasn't really a grand statement or protest or acknowledgement on the part of Aung San Suu Kyi or the NLD, and it was really something quite shocking to see one of the most prominent Muslims, who was one of the greatest supporters of this democratic icon as well as the party itself, killed in such an egregious and awful manner. And then it just kind of died with a whimper and nothing happened. And so as seeing this very pro-democratic Burmese Muslim who put all of his life's energy and work into supporting at that time the NLD and the democratic effort, and seeing not just what happened to him, because again, we don't really expect more of the military. We know how truly awful and despicable they are today and have been for so long, but seeing the reaction, I think that was the surprising thing to many, was seeing the response, or rather the lack of response, from the supposed allies that he had spent a lifetime supporting. So as a fellow Burmese Muslim, and following Kony's rise and then following his tragic fall and the response from largely Bamar democratic allies, what was your feeling as you witnessed all this?
Yeah, it's the situation is really clear because of how Kuni he trying to suppose to NLD to Aung San Suu Kyi, she will be the state councillor, and also Kuni he by heart he really knew about the 2008 constitutions. So he trying to do the awareness raising about the constitution findings and issues and some recommendations. So at the time we had about that they have the plan to kill him because of they don't want to allow who are the most understanding about the constitutions, and also who are really his life, holy life, who are the really support to the Aung San Suu Kyi. So they really hate Ukuni. But on the other side, from the NLD side, at the times the majority communities are the NLD side. So that's why I think that Aung San Suu Kyi, she also afraid to show her face in his funeral. I think that because of other when I really noticed about that in 2020 elections, some of the Muslim politicians trying to involve at the 2020 elections. So at the time, from the military side, they trying to spread hate speech that NLD will be the Mut party, means the Muslim politician will be the Muslim politician, and also Muslim will be occupying Myanmar, or look, here now Aung San Suu Kyi, she trying to assess to involve other politicians through the some of the Muslim leaders. So we noticed at the time Aung San Suu Kyi and also some of the NLD politicians members, they show like for example in the Eori region they don't have any Muslim politicians, so that's why Eori region NLD party members, they where is the Muslim in our Eori regions? They just trying to persuade to get more votes from the majorities. So this is one thing I found that. And also during that times, the military, they also trying to make a lot of conflict. But the problem is the majorities of communities are silent. So that's why this is one of the benefit for the military, because of majorities communities do not actively involved in this conflict to prevent or something like in that conflict. So this is one thing the military they know about the Myanmar situations. So that's why they just doing every time they just focus on if they have some politician issues, they trying to hide the conflict issues. Like in a Rohingya case, when after the Rohingya case, we did some research in the conflict happened area, Rakhine and also the Mandalay, Lasho and Naosho, and also the other area. Is this in this line they have a Chinese gas pipeline appear, but nobody doesn't know about that. So that's why this is kind of the military. They have good strategies to do something for their benefits. They're just trying to play games, and also they use the Muslim communities as a gamer or something like that.
Yeah, we know that. We know that the military has used and abused and stoked the fear of Muslim invasion to its advantage for many years now. We know that. What I'm also curious about is, as a Burmese Muslim with aspirations for a greater federal democracy in your country and a solidarity with people of all backgrounds to live to live where everyone can live their life regardless of their background in safety and without fear. For many years, up till the coup, the NLD and Aung San Suu Kyi were really the best bet, the only real viable possibility of a way forward. This was maybe an imperfect partner, but as a Burmese Muslim, how did you look upon the hope of Aung San Suu Kyi and the NLD and Bamar politicians in the NLD towards the way they looked back at the Burmese Muslim community?
Yeah, we have in past we have many issues to identify that, like when 2025 and then the 2015 and then the world and then the administration level. So at the time we hope that an NLD win in this elections, so they will be helped to they will help us Muslim communities, because of in Taungoo regions we have 11 masjid, but the 11 masjids are already destroyed. After that we have 4 masjids open, but the 7 are still destroyed. So we hope that during the times of NLD administration they were supposed to we hope that in the past, but now is we trying to after the coup, Yes, the whole world know about how military discriminate and how military play game this Muslim minorities in Myanmar. The whole world know about that. But from the NLD side, some of the country they don't know about that.
Yeah, sure.
So I just want to mention that NUG government they published the Federal Democracy Charter 1-2. They in their chapter 1 and 2, any Muslim minorities are not actively involved in that the Federal Democracy Charter. But this is a real importance. This is the first steps for the federal state constitutions and also the federal unit constitution. This is the first steps. So they mentioned that in their federal FDC, they mentioned that the minorities communities, but they didn't mention about that minority communities. We really they have equal right and all inclusiveness about the religious minority communities. Not only the Muslim, we have the Hindu and other minority religious as well. So at the time, I analyzed that Federal Democracy Charter, and also we have the we conducted the policy advocacy meeting through the NUG members and politician leaders and also activists or young generations. Most of the young generation, they accept that yes, we have to be respected and we have to be equal participation and equal decision making at the political level to equal involved. The young generation, they accept that. But some of the, how can I say it? It is not that a discrimination. It is because of they have in their mind, they cannot move, they cannot change their mind. They still have hate those on this community. So that's why how they respond that. In this time, we are fighting for freedoms from the military. So we don't need to do we don't have time for the minority issues, or we don't have time for the religious minorities issues. We just focus on the military issues. So that's why this is this time is you already need to recognize to us in that time. And also when I have chance to the fellowship, research fellowships, in my fellowship paper, I'm also point out that in 2022, I also point out that as in NUG government should abolish 1982 constitution. Citizenship law should abolish. I already mentioned that, but in 2024, in their People Assembly, they announced that we abolished 1982 citizenship law. No, it's just they have to say early if they recognize to us this law is to totally discriminate, especially the Muslim minority communities. So they have to think of within this before after the coup, they have to be think, and also they have to be clarified in their Federal Democracy Charter as well. So this is I also point out that, but they have still discrimination in their mind.
So it sounds like you're not so hopeful about, just as before the coup and you saw the NLD response to the lack of inclusion and compassion towards the Muslim community, the post-coup NUG response, you don't feel all that much more optimistic about how they're reaching out to Muslim brothers and sisters in Myanmar.
Yeah, that's true. And also mostly if they try to the Rohingya ministry. This is also they just trying to show the world how look at we are accepted really minority communities. Look, now is the human rights minister is the our Deputy Minister, our Myo Min, Human Rights Minister, our Myo Min, and also Deputy Minister, Nyo is he's from background from the Rohingya background, so that's why it is just for sure, because of in this kind of conflict, civil war with AA and also the military, they just also trying to genocide again in this community, like Buddhist. We cannot access any kind of information. Both sides of the military, they trying to genocide Rohingya communities again. But Nyo, he stays silent. If he have actively and he have a decision making, he will try to say, okay, please, this Rohingya community need to move on some place, or be careful about these communities, or something like that. He will be share the information, and also on the other hand, he will be share his Rohingya community as well. But now he stays silent. So we don't want to, when he go through the UK or US, and they trying to explain about what they are doing or what they are expecting, or no, we don't want. We want that the real situation, what happened in Myanmar, inside Myanmar. So this is, we want to, we hope, we want to do that, but actually he just only sitting on his position. Not the actively participate.
Why do you think that is?
Because of its realistic silence. Look at when we listen. If you have a chance to listen the BBC second interview, AA Chief Minister, he really challenging the Rohingya communities. He said that, Rohingya community, you don't need to find your history. We will be the equal treatment. You will get the equal treatment and equal opportunity, but you don't need to find your history. This is what kind of interview, how he tell the truth, his mind. I also noticed about that, and also most of the UNHCR, or I'm told them, AA Chief Minister, he trying to make challenge Rohingya communities. Look, he said, Rohingya communities don't need to find your history. So this is...
What is that? That's a curious statement. You don't need to find your history. What did that mean to you when you heard that?
Yeah, it means that because of Rohingya, they have, they actually, Arakan state have really clear stated they have only Muslim and Buddhists. Just simple. Muslim Rakhine and also the Buddhist Rakhine. Among the Muslim Rakhine, they have Rohingya communities, but they don't accept as a Rohingya communities. They said Rohingya called Bengali. No, Bengali is not Rohingya. Rohingya also is not Bengali. Rohingyas and Bengali are separate. So they don't know, and they know, they understand, they know. That's why they just point out, don't look at your history, don't find out your history. Because of Rohingya have the many history in Arakan area.
I see, right. So you're talking about some of your pessimism of the NUG and the democratic leadership after the coup, and feeling that there hasn't been the kind of shift that you would like to see towards inclusion, understanding of the Burmese Muslim community. How about at the grassroots level, at Generation Z, at some of the other activists and journalists and academics that you're in touch with? We know that after the coup, there were many, especially young Bamar, that at that moment really recognized that they had been on the wrong side of history, that they had been lied to, that they had misunderstood the plight, that what the military was doing to them was what had been happening for so long against the ethnic communities, including the Rohingya, and that there were many that issued very vulnerably apologies and awareness of what they were now understanding. That was immediately following the coup. It's been several years since, and so you've described your dismay at the top leadership and not coming around and being more inclusive in the way that you would like. How about at the grassroots level? What have you seen there? Have you seen any shift in inclusion and opening and connection after the coup that's sustained and continued since 2021 from what came before?
Yeah, it is really hard to say, difficult to mention the people mindset, because of nowadays people are, for sure, they are really recognize and they really respect Muslim community, how we face in the past, and some people they granted that we will be the equal participation and our inclusive approach, but the real situation, I hope that we will see. I had about one of the research groups. They did online research, how the majority young generations and also grassroots communities, how they changed their mind on Muslim communities. They just looking at the online research groups. For example, it's a Muslim Aid. How many people are saying that happy Eid or Eid Mubarak or something like that. So I think it's not enough, because of when I work in one of the INTU organizations, most of them are from the Mandalay regions. So as most of the people, they know about how the Mandalay Buddhist communities are mostly hate to the Muslim communities. So that's why in that INTU I have senior positions. So most of the Myanmar and some of the people, they don't really like in these positions. And also finally I'm resign my position. This is really recently I fixed during after the coup. So that's why I'm just thinking that I afraid that it is just for sure. I just want really empathize and sympathize through the Muslim communities, and also some of the grassroots communities like Enya or some area, because of when they face the same situation like us in the past, they think that, oh, now we know about how the military are really how can we say persisted, how they are the mesa-seated, or we know now. So we understand how Rohingya community face because of during the times of Rohingya conflict. Most of the Rohingya community, they said the military, they burned down our home or so many things at the times. Most of the Buddhist majority, like in Enya regions, they don't really accept that this information. This is just Rohingya. They trying to bend down by themselves their home. They just thinking that, but nowadays they face so they understand how Myanmar sitter, how they are the mesa sitter or something like that. And also I remember I reflect by myself one of the peace education process when I shared in one of the Anya really Buddhist village. When they saw my face, it's like Indian face, so they didn't accept to me to enter their village.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, amazing.
So, amazing. So that's why I also wondering why they are doing like that. So that's why I just okay, we are not entering your village, but near here they have some speaks. So if you want to interest, we will discuss about the peace peace education discussions. So if you're interested, you can join with us. So some small amount of people join with us.
That's intense. You describe that you would like to see something beyond the superficial, kind of symbolic level of integration and connection, something that's approaching real empathy, understanding, community. What shape would that take? And I say that because I think there's a lot of listeners now that are Bamar and that are working towards a federal democracy and that are trying to understand other communities in ways that maybe they haven't been able to in the past. And so for those that are listening now and are trying to understand at a deeper level how these bridges can be mended, what to you, if you were to look for some genuine connection and empathy, what would that look like? What would be an example of something that you would feel would be satisfying and give you some comfort that things were moving in the right direction?
It's because of, most of, I don't know how to express my feeling, because of nowadays we are the double and triple discriminations. We face these situations because of we moved to the outside of country to Thailand. Also, Thailand also still discriminate us because of we are the Burma community. So if we try to apply the visa, it is still difficult for us to access the visa. Some of the immigration or most of the Thai communities, they think that we came here illegal or so many things. And also today I'm also explain some of the Thai communities. We move here illegally, but we try to apply the pink card or ID. We try to be illegally. And legally, and also we paid a lot of money and we spent a lot of money here. So I want to send my communities. I want to send this message. Enough is enough. We all are face a lot of violation as a Muslim minority or as a Buddhist communities. How they really face because of Maisasita, because of militaries. So this enough is enough. And also if we try to move the federal systems, we have to be accept and also equal participation and meaningful participation as a other minority within minorities, and also the Muslim minority and also other religious minority as well. And also the real is the human rights, and also citizenship right is also the birthright. If you are born in here, you will be the citizen in this. You are where you born in that country. So this is also one thing. And also nowadays we are too late because of most of the country, they trying to approach the AI system or so many things, but we are still fighting each other. And also, but I'm worried that after we win, we trying to approach the federal system, we have to more understanding with each other, and based on the past experience, we have to try to and mutual understanding, and we have to be trying to build the organics local administration level at the real saturation in the futures. And also the most problem is we have to be trust each other, and we have to kick off our anger or something. Yeah. And also we have to be thinking this war is then temporary for us. We have to be go back, and we will die one day without nothing. So we left everything here. So that's why, trying to understand with each other and accept each other and respect each other, and as the human dignity is the most important. So that's why we have to be respect human dignity in the futures of federal democracy systems.
Right. So you're referencing the exodus from Myanmar to the growing diaspora around the world, and especially the burgeoning Burmese and Bamar and ethnic religious minorities that have fled specifically to Thailand. And in Thailand, you have so many different people and organizations and backgrounds all in the same boat, all in the same tenuous, difficult, challenging situation, and sharing a very small amount of space, and now trying to survive in facing difficulties in a third country altogether. And so this also moves us along, moves your story along, and moves the story of the Burmese resistance and where we are now. So let's get on to your story as well, because you, as you also moved, I presume, out of fears of safety and being targeted, you founded an organization and you pursued higher studies. So tell us about both of these.
Yeah, it's because of I have a lot of trauma, discriminate because of religious, because of women, and also because of I was born in the village area, or so many discrimination I face. So I just thinking that is enough for me, but still face discrimination. So that's why that's why I found the Feminist Minority Women's Institute. And this organization, we focus on the women actively participation at the political decision making level. This is also the really important for the minority women, because of every situations minorities women face a lot of violations. Not only the not only the human rights violation, but also during the civil war, we face a lot of sexual violence as well. So that's why we just trying to focus on the women should participation at the political decision making level. It will be to build the better future for peace and is social cohesion, and also solidarity, or something we can we will build the peaceful society among our communities. So this is my big dream in our Feminist Minority Women's Institute. Yeah.
What do you hope to accomplish through this organization?
We found that different minorities, women's representative groups. Some are from the Tanelai Dawe. They also face the same situations, and some are not the Muslim minorities, but other the Nepal communities leaders also. We found that, and we just we will engage to the new government, and also the whole world. We will do the research, and also engage to the new government, and also other federal units. Now in the federal units, they trying to approach the local government system and structure. In the structure, women have to participation in the structure, and also in their federal constitutions, they have to be clarified how many women participate at the political decision making level, not only the parliament but also the local administration structure as well. I finished my International Masters of Human Rights and Democratization at Mahidol University, and also the Peace Master in Myanmar Institute of Theology, and also Masters of Geography in Tagal University. I'm studying the PhD program in gender and sexuality and faculties of social science and at the Women Study Center. My focus is most of my times is the feminist point of view, is equal participation at all levels of government, and also not only the government system but also the other NGO or INGO or other international organizations, and also the local communities or women have to be participate at the decision-making level. Women are not implementer because of most of the men they decide, and also ask to the women do this and that. So women are not implementer. Women are also decision maker. So I have to be point out in this, and also at the federal unit constitutions should clearly focus and identify how many women participation in the political decision-making level, and also amend them how many religious women, minority religious women participation at the political level. They have to be clarified on that.
So you're preparing policy suggestions for a future democratic state of Myanmar. The question is, where are you then submitting your recommendations, and is there an interest and engagement in the work and the findings that you're presenting?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Some of the paper I'm also published on some of the academic website about the minority issues. Yeah.
So within the democratic leadership and UG and UCC, CIPH that are currently active, has there been an interest at those levels of seeing your recommendation and analysis?
Yeah. Because of when we conduct the policy advocacy meeting, in that sessions, they know how important religious minority to participate at the political decision-making level. They know, but the real situation they cannot easy to accept. Not only the minority religious community, but also the women participation at the political decision-making level. They know that, but they also cannot easy to assess because of mostly they point out that, we have to be focused on the military junta.
So you feel like you're making progress in those discussions and dialogues?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, it will be because of 1982 citizenship law when they abolished, and also when I point out the federal democracy charter to have to clarify the minority religious communities have to clarify on that federal charter, so they know about that. Yeah.
So does that give you hope going forward? Because just a moment ago when we were talking about the inclusion and understanding of the Muslim communities, you were feeling that you were not really seeing the progress you were hoping for. But from a background of gender equality and inclusion, it sounds like you're a little more hopeful there. Is that right?
So some but are right, some but are not really, right. Because I had about that some of the women organization, they trying to approach the women participation at the political decision-making level. At that time, some of the political leaders, they said that, this is not important. This is not the first prioritized on this during the times of saturations. So it's kind of, and also when I got the training about federal concepts of federal training at the time, we focusing on the local government implementer, or let's say now it is, and also the PDF, or we share about this information, and also some of the young generation they accept that, but yes, we have to be move forward to equal participation and all inclusiveness approach but some are still silent. We have to engage more and more to equal participation at the political level.
What can you tell us about the experience in Thailand?
For the organizations, if we try to register in Thailand, it will be also 4% of the upper level. We have to be the Thai staff, and also if we register the Thai government, we have to pay tax. So that's why some of the organization, they try to the MOU with the university. So that's why it will be compared with this registration and MOU. Maybe MOU is the most better to engage, easy to get the to get the implementations, because of most of the programs focusing on the CDMR or politicians also. That's why it will be better to engage to the university. And this is the NGO side, and also the media side also. Even in media, some of the youth women media, they don't have they are the first time they are the illegal, but now they trying to be the legal stated. So that's why during the times of illegal stated, they face a lot of sexual violence, and also the perpetrators are still free, but victims are still blaming this is also our communities. They just they have used to the victim blaming. They just, when they look at the perpetrator, because a perpetrator is wealthy or politicians or decision maker, or so they don't blame to the perpetrator. They just blame to the victim again and again. So that's the young ladies. The media they also afraid to share their feeling, how they face the sexual violence. If they share in among their work, but they will be thrown off their job. So they just be patient to. They don't want to left the job, because of if they left the job, how can they find another job? Media is in here is a really small society, because of if you draw off this media, you cannot enter the other media. So it is also one issue. So I found that when I did the research, and also. Yeah, some of the young generations, they have a chance to stay at a safe house, and also one of the ladies, young lady, she faced also the sexual harassment, but when she tried to send that message to the upper decision-making level leader, so they didn't do any proper way. They just, we are sorry, we heard about this, we are sorry, and also perpetrators stay free. But they went there outside of the safe house, and she said that at the time she also trying to suicide to her.
That's awful.
Yeah. When she told me about that, and we both are crying. And we don't know how to. I'm also don't know how to reduce her trauma at the time. Yeah. And the time as a Burmese citizen, sometimes we are as a really human, or sometimes we face like that because of. We move here illegally because of country situations.
Yeah.
We didn't do nothing wrong in here.
Yeah.
So we are a human. Why they treat to like as a human. So sometimes I think that why they are doing like this, because when they look at our passport is the red passport and also is from Myanmar, and so immediately they change their face like this. Oh, Myanmar, like this. And also in the market as well. When we ask them how they said no, we don't. They're just trying to kick off us. So I'm just thinking that why people treat to the Myanmar. So for me, I'm trying in Myanmar. I face a lot of discriminations because of I'm the Muslim communities. The first, I think that if I move to the outside of the Myanmar, I may not be face this kind of discrimination, but still I face this discrimination until now. So I don't know what happened in the war. I don't know how to fix this war to get to respect the human right and human dignity.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The first thing is we have to reduce our trauma, and we have to be peace in my mind first. Even they trying to discriminate to us, just neglect. Because of sometimes I think that when I face the discrimination, I just think, oh, enough is enough. I don't care about that. I'm just trying to reduce my trauma, and I just trying to be inner peace by myself. This is the first thing we have to do. And yeah.
Right. And is that enough to be able to continue to work towards these greater ideals and not get knocked down, or perhaps get knocked down and stand right back up from this kind of ugly behavior?
Yeah, it's this kind of behavior is sometimes up, sometimes down. And as yesterday I met one of the NGO staff. She's working at the INGO, and when we met each other, she said that, okay, Nyo Mar, in these situations, we communicate with online. It's difficult to communicate online, and because of people got a lot of trauma, and they just saw the online message and they got the trauma again and again. So that's why she said that their organization supposed to the Catholic Church to supposed to the IDP in the Pora area. But the financial management system in Catholic Church, so that's why IDP cannot fully benefit for the donation money. So that's why that party sent the open letter to the donor, and also donor get off the support. So at that time is the IDP face a lot of survive. So that's why we have to think whatever we want to do, just look at the situation first, who will be the effect in these situations. So because of nowadays we are only on the communication with the online communication. This is also will be misunderstanding with each other. Right. So that's why she said that, okay, yes, we will be taken care of in this kind of situations, and mostly we have to be we have trying to understand with each other. And sometimes if we got the misinformation or disinformation, we just analyze and search this information is true or not. It will be better for the futures to get peace.
So if these are all the things that have knocked you down, given you trouble, and made you pessimistic, what are the things that inspire you? What are the things that make you believe in a brighter day and a better future?
Yeah, it's because of I am human. I have to be the real human, and also I know the situation, so that's why I have to be fixed the situations, and I have to learn more how to solve the problems and how to be an optimist. When I And nowadays, most of the people, they think they said that you have to be the optimist, you have to be the optimist. This is kind of also the trauma because of as a Muslim woman, I face a lot of discrimination. Sometimes when I respond, it's immediately response. They are discrimination, something like that. So at the time, they think that I am the really how can I say, I'm the really misbehave like that or something like that, but they don't think how they treat me. They just thinking that how I respond. So this is also both sides will be the vice versa, and the win-win situation will be happen. It will be the most peaceful. So that's why mostly when I conduct the peace training, I just sharing the information. If you see this is negative, yes, you accept this is negative. You have right to say this is negative. And also based on this negative, you have to be learn how to be a peaceful approach. This is the positive. So the positive approach. So that's why I'm just sharing my knowledge through in my training. So that's why is we have to be accept the real situation first, and then we have to learn from this situation and also to move forward with the peaceful way.
I see. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your story and your work and activism and education over the years, and the work that you're continuing to do in the future Myanmar we'd all like to see.
Yeah, it's okay, I think. Yeah, I'm also think inside Myanmar broadcasting is because of it also useful. I listen 2 or 3 episodes, and also I learn how Bora area face and how Myanmar face, and how young activists, how they've shared their experience. I learn from that. So this is really useful for the Myanmar community to create a better society. Yeah, this is one of the good channel.
Yeah. And now you're also part of that story.
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to this show. I realize that this is an enormously difficult time for many people who love Myanmar these days, myself included, and at times we might despair that there's nothing at all we can do to stop the horrors unfolding there. However, just the mere fact of staying informed is helping to bear continued witness and keep a focus on this issue when so much of the international media has moved on. And the only way we can do our part in continuing to provide this content is through the support of generous donors, listeners like yourself. If you have found this episode of value and would like to see more shows like it, please consider making a donation to support our efforts. Both monthly pledges or one-time donations are equally appreciated, with all funds going immediately into the production of more episodes. Thank you deeply in advance. If you would like to join in our mission to support those in Myanmar who are being impacted by the military coup, we welcome your contribution in any form, currency, or transfer method. Your donation will go on to support a wide range of humanitarian and media missions, aiding those local communities who need it most. Donations are directed to such causes as the Civil Disobedience Movement, CDM, families of deceased victims, internally displaced person IDP camps, food for impoverished communities, military defection campaigns, undercover journalists, refugee camps, monasteries and nunneries, education initiatives, the purchasing of protective equipment and medical supplies, COVID relief, and more. We also make sure that our donation fund supports a diverse range of religious and ethnic groups across the country. We invite you to visit our website to learn more about past projects, as well as upcoming needs. You can give a general donation or earmark your contribution to a specific activity or project you would like to support, perhaps even something you heard about in this very episode. All of this humanitarian work is carried out by our nonprofit mission, Better Burma. Any donation you give on our Insight Myanmar website is directed towards this fund. Alternatively, you can also visit the Better Burma website, betterburma.org, and donate directly there. In either case, your donation goes to the same cause, and both websites accept credit card. You can also give via PayPal by going to paypal.me/betterburma. Additionally, we can take donations through Patreon, Venmo, GoFundMe, and Cash App. Simply search Better Burma on each platform and you'll find our account. You can also visit either website for specific links to these respective accounts or email us at info@betterburma.org. That's Better Burma, one word, spelled BETTERBURMA.org. If you would like to give it another way, please contact us. We also invite you to check out our range of handicrafts that are sourced from vulnerable artisan communities across Myanmar, available at alokacrafts.com. Any purchase will not only support these artisan communities, but also our nonprofit's wider mission. That's Aloka Crafts, spelled ALOKACRAFTS, one word, alokacrafts.com. Thank you so much for your kind consideration and support.
Oba yarananda dayananga yaranaya dayanam boda yaranam